Okay, Creepshow art. Who is Creepshow art?
It's a girl by the name of Shannon.
Okay.
Yeah. So you want me just to?
Well, so let me set it up. So Creepshow art. I heard about this drama. I didn't know much about this channel. Apparently, she's like a drama, gossip, tea channel / art channel. She made one, the only time I knew about her, she made one really nasty video about me and Trisha.
Really?
Where she said that like we had planned. It was just super bizarre because she like made this claim like it was factual without any evidence. She goes, Ethan and Trisha are faking the drama and the relationship with Moses isn't real. And I know this. And they go, and the title of the video was like, H3 has fallen so far. And it was about how me and Trisha are faking everything. And I was like, girl, this shit is real, as real as it gets. And I just found it, I thought it was so nasty because it was just like totally fabricated. So that was my whole thing. But apparently a lot of people in the community liked her a lot before all this kind of drama came to light. The one thing I do want to point out about Creepshow art, which I'll put on the screen, is that she suffered, as far as I understand it, the greatest percentage lost of subscribers of any cancellation ever. Did you know that?
I learned that last night.
So, wow, Mom.
Yeah, really.
So I will say she had where did she start? She started at like 600,000 or something. And she's down, this is unbelievable. She's down now to 350. So you're looking at almost 50% sub loss. Yeah. That has never been seen before in YouTube history. I mean, it is a fantastic.
Well, you know, when I was, I had to learn about it. You told me to do my homework. And so when I got online to try to learn about what the whole deal was, I watched a bunch of different.
Hey guys.
Sorry, I was just pulling up her channel to show.
Hey guys.
What the heck?
Sorry, that was her. I was just trying to pull up her channel to show. Go ahead, Mom. I'm sorry.
I was just, I was trying to learn. And so I was watching different podcasts and different, people putting out information. And I found one piece of hers, like all of it had disappeared.
Interesting.
I couldn't even watch any of her videos, but just one.
I see a lot here. I don't think she erased that much.
Well, I don't know.
Fantastic.
Last night I couldn't find.
Yeah, I heard that she has erased a lot of the videos, maybe that you heard about. But anyway, so tell me, this girl Shannon. So what is the drama? Tell me what happened.
Okay. First of all,
the greatest cancellation in YouTube history, the most thorough,
right?
Well deserved.
Well, okay. I have to tell you about Shannon. I almost have to tell you
about my childhood.
The backstory, which is regarding a girl by the name of Emily.
Okay.
And Emily's it's so weird how this whole weird dynamic ties in together.
Interesting.
Okay. So this young girl, Emily, from the age of 14 years old, she has been an addict.
Okay.
Heroin, sleeping pills. I don't know how at 14 years old you
That's rough. That's a rough life.
Yeah, I mean, it was awful. Anyways, and this young lady was, a musician. I mean, she was a singer.
Mm-hmm.
And it all started when she met this guy, okay? He became her boyfriend. And his name was Anthony Parker. And I can say that because she says that on her own video.
Anthony Parker.
Right. I don't have to say allegedly.
This is her boyfriend.
Her ex-boyfriend.
Oh, this is her ex-boyfriend.
Right. And she met him at a place called, it was called Nichols something. Nichols, wait, let me see.
Oh, we need the name of the place where they met?
Okay. Well...
Nickelback.
Nickel City. They met at a place. It was like a
what
really.
What is Nickel City?
I think it was like a bowling alley or something. I don't know.
The setting.
It was just a little tiny nothing place.
Okay, so two people meet at Nickel City.
And they perform.
They perform together.
Well, she didn't perform with him because that's how they met. He was performing, and that's how they met.
Okay.
And so, oh God. Anyways, this guy turns out this Anthony guy.
We have Young Love.
Young Love, and he is a Svengali.
A what?
He's like a Svengali.
What is a Svengali?
It's somewhat. I got a little piece of fuzz on my face. A Svengali is someone who's very controlling and tells you what to do, how to do, when to do it.
Svengali, though. What is that word? Is that English?
Yeah.
Svengali is a fictional character who is able to hypnotize and control women.
It's an evil type of thing.
Oh,
you know, I mean, he just like tells her what to do, how to dress, what to think.
Is it Sven?
It's like an archetype of a character.
Oh, I didn't know about this. Here it says Svengoolie. Is that just a Halloween thing?
No, that's a guy that hosts bad movies.
Right.
Svengoolie. Okay.
But the word is Svengali.
Okay, wait. I'm trying to define
Saturday
this
night,
word.
8:00.
Define Sven.
There's a Wikipedia page for it.
There is?
It's Svengali.
Okay.
Svengali.
Svengali. Not to be confused with Svengoolie.
Yeah. That's a show host.
A person who exercises a controlling or mesmeric influence on another, especially for a sinister purpose. Wow, what a fantastic use of the word Svengali.
Well,
excellent.
He fits the bill.
I just learned what a Svengali is.
Svengali. Anyways, so I mean, it turns out they performed together. She sang with him, and all along she is into drugs. And she just Emily tells the story on her channel that she used to, I mean, she's young, you know, she's at this time when she's performing, she's around 17, she said. She lived with her parents and she used to leave her window open. And that's how people would get in and out. Well, under the influence of heroin, she was really drugged out. This Anthony guy crawled in her window and her basically. You know, he just had his way with her. What?
R word.
Oh. I forgot.
It's okay.
Shit.
We'll bleep it.
Okay.
No, it's
sorry.
fine.
Sorry.
Just to learning the internet ways.
Okay.
So but were they dating? Like, what was?
Yeah, they were dating, but I mean, she was under the influence.
Okay, so
of
she
heroin.
was there, like not in.
She was knocked out in her bed, crawled in, did his thing, and and so she remembers bits and pieces.
Okay,
you know, so that's how she knows what happened. Okay, so let's fast forward through their relationship.
Let's.
Okay. And
Dad, you're not happy with the retelling of Emily and
Svengali.
I think we should move on with the main theme, which is
okay. Well, I'm about to get there.
Dad. You can't rush the Creepshow art drama.
Okay, I stand corrected.
Maybe not.
You know what? That sounds like my father. Get to the chase. Get to the chase. He hated all the in between. Okay, so
we need a proper setup. I'm here. I'm. You're doing.
I did
great.
all this research.
Oh, you're doing great. I love it.
Anyway, so basically, she doesn't like the way she is with him. She has a therapist.
This is a few years later?
This is at 17, 18 years old. The therapist says to her, you know, ditch this guy. And the way you can do it is get angry. So she tells her.
Therapist told her to get angry?
That's what she tells her viewers.
Seems like all
I mean,
advice,
allegedly,
okay.
that's what she said. So she said that she became a raging bitch. She said that she became an anti-feminist. And she picked on celebrities and she sang, right. She became not a nice person. I guess she would get on the
advice of her therapist.
On the advice of her therapist.
We're talking about Emily still?
Emily.
Okay.
Right. So basically, this Shannon girl.
Now we're talking about Creepshow art.
Creepshow art. Okay. She wasn't Creepshow art at the time. She was also a musician. All these people are so talented. They're artists, they're musicians. It's really strange. Anyway, this media has a habit of...
You wish they did something more productive with their lives, Mom? With all these talents that they have? I mean, such a waste of life, right?
Well, not necessarily. There's always going to be someone better than you.
Mm-hmm.
As good as you think you are, there's always going to be someone better than you.
Okay.
And so, this is a way for them to express their art on these videos, and they become celebrities and they make a living.
Okay, so they're all
so
influencers.
That's okay.
All YouTubers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
I would
something.
air quote talent.
That my dad is air quoting talent on the musician part, right?
She's no Mariah Carey, all right? So whatever. Anyway.
So this is good. My dad's giving he's annotating your recounting.
Correct. Okay. Page 6.
So Shannon, who's not Creepshow art yet, meets Anthony at their work, Svengali, Mr. Svengali at work. They become I guess an item because Emily, she breaks up with him because he's not good for her.
And she's mad.
He's mad. He's a weirdo. He's just
who's mad?
I thought
Anthony.
Emily was mad.
Why would Emily be mad? She broke up with him.
Didn't her?
No, Emily's happy to get rid of this barnacle.
Didn't her therapist tell her to be mad?
Oh, she's mad, but she also broke up.
That's how she was able to, it's kind of like a teenager. You have fights with your parents and it's a way of breaking away.
She broke up with them.
It's
good for her.
Yeah.
Okay. So Shannon meets Anthony.
Yeah.
And they become an item. Anyways, they're both musicians.
Mm-hmm.
She sings on one of his tracks, and for some reason, he's still sending messages to Emily. They're kind of in a weird
transition.
Yeah, I don't know. She should have just cut him off loose completely. But anyway, so he sends her the track, and because she's being in this mean mode, Emily, she said that Shannon was not a good she didn't do a good job on the track. That he should let her sing on his track.
Emily came for Shannon.
Right.
Wow.
So she was not nice to Shannon.
Okay.
With her singing.
The makings of a supervillain.
Yeah. So this is Emily, not Shannon, but Emily.
This scene from in The Incredibles when he tries to take a picture with Mr. Incredible, and he's like, "Not now, kid," and then he became a supervillain.
Right.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. So I guess Anthony decides to use Emily's vocals. Shannon gets upset.
Oh, a double cross.
Right. And so Emily, don't forget this guy's a Svengali. He's all about him.
I didn't forget.
Okay. So he uses Emily's vocals.
Wow.
Shannon gets pissed, finds out about all this wicked stuff, and finds out that her boyfriend, her present boyfriend, who is in communication with his ex-girlfriend, Emily.
Bengali.
Emily and Sven,
Wait, so Shannon is dating this guy.
It's the one guy between the two of them.
But just to clarify, Shannon is dating this guy.
Anthony.
But the Anthony betrayed Shannon by using Emily's vocals.
Correct.
Burn of the fucking decade.
Correct. Right. So basically, that's the backstory.
Okay. So there's beef. There's bitter beef.
Right. But okay. So now
on Emily's side, on Shannon's side, I can imagine Shannon is like, with this rotten dude she's dating, and then also he's using his ex-girlfriend's vocals. Not a nice situation.
Right.
For Shannon.
No. Actually, it wasn't a nice situation for Shannon. However, people change, and Emily, through therapy,
hopefully a different therapist than the one that told her to stay mad at everything.
Well, she through growth, and she explains, you're not a different person, you just evolve, and you want to make things better. And so she starts on her channel, her YouTube channel. I think it's YouTube. This thing called Sketchbook Storytime.
Okay, she started a YouTube channel.
She starts a YouTube channel.
Okay.
And she is actually a really good artist. She doodles and she draws things.
Do we get air quotes on the good artist, or do you allow that?
No comment.
No, you have no
Yeah,
insight.
I don't. have
Okay.
an
He can't draw a straight
Well,
line.
Okay, I just wasn't sure because you were out here with the air quotes.
Doesn't mean I can't be a critic.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
yeah, that's true. You are a critic. Anyway, so she draws and she talks over her drawing.
Mm-hmm.
Or she draws over her speaking, whichever way you want to look at it.
Yeah.
And so this is her format. And it's, she's grown her channel. And so in comes the Shannon and this ex-boyfriend of hers, who's now Shannon's boyfriend, Anthony Parks. I don't know if they're married now, but I know that they're together. And she starts a channel.
Fascinating.
And she calls it the same thing, Sketchbook Storytime.
Same exact title?
She kind of rips off Emily's.
Same exact name.
That's pretty much what I
And how
read.
much time has passed since this drama with the vocals?
Probably a couple of years.
Okay. So everyone's gone their separate ways.
Everyone's gone their separate ways. And so now Shannon knows who Emily is because she
Of course.
dissed her stuff. Emily didn't really know it was Shannon. She just knows that it was a girl singing. So Emily doesn't really know who Shannon is, but Shannon knows who Emily is.
Got it.
Okay. So it's the same sort of
What
format.
page are we on, by the way?
Oh, I don't know. It's all messed up. I can't even read my own notes. I don't know. It's rotating. Anyway, so basically, people are calling out to Emily that this Creepshow art is stealing her work,
Well,
and
hold
then
on. She wasn't Creepshow art at the time.
no, right.
She was sketchbook art or whatever. The same
Right,
title.
right,
It was
but
like,
they-
yo, there's another channel. To
Well,
this.
but Emily reaches out to Shannon, not knowing who she is, and says, "I appreciate your artwork. You're a good artist, yada yada. But can you change your name?"
Sure.
And Shannon replies to her, "Thank you for bringing it to my attention," even though she knows what's going on because she purposefully did this. Thanks for bringing it to my attention. There are other artists out there using the same, sketchbook art titles or things like
She's
that.
refusing.
So but she says, "I'll change my name." So she changes it to Creepshow Art.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so hence Creepshow Art. And then basically it's back and forth with like Creepshow Art has stolen other people's artwork.
So, because as I understand it, on her videos, she's drawing as she's talking about something.
Correct.
So, how does she steal someone's art?
Well, she can go to someone else's website, steal their art, and then just sort of draw
Just
over it
fix
and
it.
embellish it.
Okay, sure.
So she's been doing that kind of stuff. And let me see.
That's frowned upon. I'm assuming.
Yeah, you don't want to steal other people's stuff. And then then it starts to get it really goes south, where Shannon and this guy Anthony kind of make her feel like she's friends with them. I guess there's different websites. Let me see. What are these things called? They're like sock puppets.
Sock puppets, anyone?
Sock puppets. It's a
Well,
here. Wait.
a sock puppet account is usually
Right.
You're saying they have fake account?
Right, they're fictitious
okay.
online.
Okay.
Well-
Go ahead and define that. I like that.
Okay, it's a fictitious online identity to block someone or create false majority opinion.
Love that.
So
So they're creating fake accounts to pretend like they're her friend. and
right.
They don't know who she is.
It's vote stacking. I mean,
Oh,
they do
vote
that.
stacking.
They do that. They do
Interesting.
that in politics too.
Not- I think Mom's burying the lead a little bit here
Go
because
ahead.
most of this came from another discussion site, Lolo or Lomo.
No,
something.
no. It's called.
Are we talking about lol
It's called Locow,
Lol cow.
and that's a website.
close.
It's a gossip thread.
Lolo.
Okay. So let me clarify. Now we're on the lol cow.
Everyone's
which
confused.
which is a gossip website.
Right.
So Shannon and her husband
Right.
have made fake accounts.
Right. And then they get on this gossip thread.
Yeah.
And they make it sound like Emily's
They start talking about Emily. But why did you say that they're friends? Are they friends?
Well, what this Creepshow does, and she's done this to other people. She's befriended people where they actually think like you and another YouTuber might be friends, whether you meet
meanwhile
physically
she's
or
on
not.
lolcow.
Right. And she pretends, and so they think, oh, there's no way it's this person.
Right.
You know, they're trying to figure out who's stalking me and who's doing this because this girl, Shannon, set up a fake identity like she was a young person and she was stalking Emily. They even took pictures of like her neighbor, like where she lives.
Oh, and
she thought that they were like going to come and kill her.
Oh, so they would take photos of like her house and her neighborhood.
Well, not her house, but like in her
what would
area.
They say? They would post it on locale, and what would they say?
Well, they were like,
they're trying to scare her.
They were scaring her with the things that they were saying.
Some psycho stalker.
Right. And she's trying to figure out, I guess because there's ways to figure out the identity of who's these sock puppets are, because they tend to come out at the same time, or there's like, it's kind of like a fingerprint. Even though you might not have an actual name, they can figure it out like 98% of the time when they really investigate
Who's
it.
they?
Well, the administrators, I think he meant.
I think it's
that's
like,
what outed them. The admins.
like the IP.
Well, before we get, so what did they do? What's an IP?
Okay, an IP is the Internet Protocol.
We have that. We have IP defined on her cheat sheet.
It's a set of rules that dictate how data should be delivered over the public network.
Dude, I can't believe you wrote that down. That's awesome.
I did. And
Are these front and back? Oh, wow. These are all front and back.
And there's also a TCP, which is an Assistant Commissioner of Police, also known as Indian Police Service.
What?
That sounds off.
That's not a thing.
I don't know.
TCP, is that an
know.
internet thing? Why are we talking about the police?
Well, they're also known
Wait, whoa,
TCP and IP.
Back it up.
Okay.
TCP.
It's also
Define TCP again.
TCP is an Assistant Commissioner of Police.
What?
That's what it says.
I think what you're thinking of is the TCP IP.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, that's exactly what it is.
But then read again how you defined it. Read the definition.
It's a commission. It's like a police patrol for the commissioner.
Maybe policing would be a better
Yeah.
phrase
Okay.
than
Policing.
police.
Okay. Policing.
Policy.
No, there's no policing commission. It's just
I think look it up. Look up TCP.
I think
I am. It's literally.
I think that acronym is likely used in multiple contexts, and you may have looked up the wrong definition.
It's the wrong thing. It's a technical term. There's no police body of the internet.
Okay, well,
that's policing what's posted on lolcow. Just for clarity.
Okay.
So Shannon even had accounts that she would create to criticize herself,
right?
To build sympathy for her as she was plotting against this.
Right.
And that's a violation even of this sketchy discussion site's rules. So the admins outed her.
Right. So there's actual YouTubers.
May I ask, what more did she do? What did she do, like the whole suite of harassments Shannon did to Emily?
Well, she just said terrible, terrible things. And this guy, Anthony, whom Emily said she knew that all of his buddies, and they would go to high school and talk about how they would shoot up the school, like this whole Columbine deal.
They were saying she wanted to shoot up a school?
Anthony. So she knew what kind of character was. So when she figured...
Wait, Anthony was saying he wanted to shoot up a school?
Yeah.
Oh, this guy's a school shooter?
No, he never did, but they talked about it. Yeah, he did stuff like that.
Yeesh.
Let's see. Let me see where there's so much crap.
Yeah, go ahead, take your time.
Oh my God.
And then she even...
Oh, and then, wait. So that also, there's a photo bucket storage site, okay, that you can get personal photos, which they did of Emily, because Emily, I guess, posed for pictures when she was a minor.
Dude.
Also, well, she didn't say new, but she said she posed.
She implied it was implied that
I
it may
don't
have been
know.
new.
She said she took.
Okay, so what
pictures.
happened with the pics?
Well, you can these photo bucket sites. You can share these images,
Mm-hmm.
and she actually, when she was trying to get her life together before she actually was on YouTube, she got a job, and they sent photos to her boss and got her fired.
Wow.
So they're
really messing with her life.
They were making her life. They were trying to ruin her life.
They took private photos. They got her fired. They were threatening her, showing pictures of her neighborhood on locale.
Right. And also they accused her of like pre-op, like transgender type of
They were saying that
insults.
She was trans?
Right. Like they were saying things like, "Oh, do you still have your man parts?" and stuff like that. Now this woman has 2 children, Emily. But he was accusing her of not being
different accounts. So it looked like it wasn't them criticizing her. It was all
but on
accounts.
On locale, they were spreading a rumor that she was trans.
Right. Right.
She even doxed her own sister. Something came up where she had released this information and lied about her sister, and that was part of the admins getting rid of her.
Shannon doxed her own sister?
Yeah. So
why?
Her sister joined Emily, but there were quite a few people that made
it's crazy
about this that talked about they were her friends, and it seems like she just put so much planning into messing with people.
Right. It's premeditated,
kind
for
of reminded
sure.
me of, Lex Luthor, where Superman says, if you only used your genius for the good instead of evil, if they took half of the time they spent plotting to mess with people, and, I said this last week too, and do something good, do something creative, do something to help humanity instead of tearing it down, maybe the world would be a little better place.
Yeah. No, they got into her Facebook account.
Who's Facebook?
Emily's Facebook.
Shannon got into Emily's Facebook.
Yes, they said that they were.
Logged in?
They said that they were friends, and that somehow their accounts were compromised, and so they wanted another friend request. So Emily, naively gave them accepted them as friends, and so they got into her, and they blocked her out of Facebook. And at the time, she said it was impossible to get back in. And
spent so much time.
Oh my God! And the thing
why
is
are they so
that
obsessed with her?
I don't know. It was terrible because Shannon felt like her boyfriend had cheated on her with the ex Emily, and
so
Emily,
she said.
Right. That's what allegedly. But
it's wild how 2 years later these two people are so still obsessed with this girl who's minding her own business and probably hasn't thought about them.
She just wants to get on with her life. But the thing is with this Creepshow, they've befriended other people. Like other people will send a message to them and say, "Hey, I really like you," whatever. They'll pretend to be their friend, and then they
trash them on locale.
Right.
Interesting.
They make these puppet things, the sock puppet accounts, yeah. And then they say all these terrible things about whoever, paid them the compliment.
And so then how did people figure out about all this stuff she's done?
Yeah, what was the catalyst for her losing all of these subscribers?
Emily figured it out because on one of the videos that Shannon put out on her Creepshow, she did a sketch of Anthony and Emily.
So she never even knew that they were together.
She didn't put the connection together. She had no idea that Shannon was behind this or Anthony.
So when she
didn't know who Creepshow was. She just thought she was
just a faceless,
right? Because she never showed her face. She thought it was another fellow artist. She had no idea who was sending her and destroying her life.
Emily saw that Shannon did a drawing of her ex,
right?
And then was like, "Oh,
she goes, oh my God!" And she put all the pieces together.
This person who's been harassing me, doxing me, getting me fired, posting pictures of my neighborhood,
right. And she even was concerned at one point for Shannon's well-being because she knew Anthony was this evil Svengali, and it turns out that Shannon's just as bad as Anthony.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Then maybe they're a perfect love match.
Well, I don't know, but
true love exists.
You know,
it's a love story in a way.
It's crazy.
But wait. So, but like that's not proof, right? So, how did they prove that all these posts from these sock puppet accounts?
She says she's got receipts. I'm not really quite.
I think you're missing a detail here, which is that the admins on the website.
She went to police. She went to a private detective.
Mm-hmm.
Who else did she go to?
Wait, hold on. You're missing a detail.
They told her to take snapshots of all the stuff that was posted.
Mm-hmm. The police.
Her attorneys told her this.
Okay.
The police told her that she didn't have a case, that there's no way to prove it.
Yeah, I mean,
And so her attorneys said, take snapshots of everything. And I guess through the snapshots, it shows.
You are missing the detail is that when Shannon was posting all these terrible things on Lolcow, she was promoting her own channel. And the admins knew it was her based on the IP and everything. And
I don't think she was promoting her own channel as much as she was just trying to destroy Emily.
Well, that's not against the rules of Lolcow. What's against the rules is promoting your own thing. I think that's where she went awry. And the admins were the admins did a big expose where they're like, yo, just so you know, this person posting all these horrible comments is actually Creepshow art. And the admins of Lolcow dumped on her. Am I correct in that? Can anyone back me up?
That's correct.
I think
that is what happened. The only detail is it wasn't by IP. It was actually by just browser cookies.
I think so. It wasn't. It was not IP.
Yeah.
It was not IP.
That's an important detail because of how she tried to defend herself, which I'm assuming is coming up here.
So wait. So what does it mean that they figured it out via browser cookies?
According to everything that I've been watching. This is so, oh my God, this is just so crazy. It's so crazy. When a YouTuber puts out information, no matter what he puts it under, his name, you know, I guess there's a familiarity of how they do things. It's almost like Jack the Ripper. He always killed his victims a certain way. Some things are just like it's a signature type of a thing. Does that make sense?
No. Well, go on. I'm curious where you're going with this.
Well, they figured it out.
Based on her signature?
Well, you know, it's like...
No, that's not how they figured out. Dan, what does it mean to... Well, as I understand it, they actually have... It wasn't like a forensic, like, oh, she wrote this like Shannon, which I think is what you mean?
They put it out at the same time. These accounts were all created at the same time.
Okay, so there was
the harassing happened at the same time. Plus, Emily pointed out the fact that she was constantly being like no other YouTuber would ever compare her work with another YouTuber's. Like Shannon said when she wrote to Emily, you know, that I'm not copying you, that there were other YouTubers that did this format and yada, yada. Now they do, but at the time they didn't. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of other people were writing to Emily saying, did you know that you and Creepshow Art have like the same drawings, have the same this,
so there was
always comparison between her and that particular
So Dan, how
channel.
did they figure out via cookies? What does that mean?
Well, it just means she wasn't very careful, and she's logging into a bunch of different accounts from the same computer, same browser, and the administrators of the site, once they caught on to it, they could investigate and they could see that, and so
they could literally see that she's logged into her YouTube channel. There's no room for doubt. Like they're like, this is definitely her.
Right? Yes, all kinds of information about your browsing online is stored in something called cookies on your browser.
So the admins are like, this is 100% Creepshow art.
Well,
you can see that she's logged into.
They said that they can check it, like it's like 98% proof.
Okay.
Type of a deal.
Right. And so then how does a Creepshow art?
Oh, this is another thing that I've left out, which I think is kind of an important thing.
Okay.
Anthony, I'm losing you. I know it's
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. You're not.
Okay. And
I'm tired because Theodore woke up. He was up like all night. It's a whole thing. No, I'm
Okay.
I'm captivated.
Okay.
I'm captivated. I'm sorry for yawning. It's not personal.
everyone's going, come on, Donna,
No.
tell us
I'm
the
captivated.
story
Go
already.
ahead. No, I'm with you.
Anthony and Shannon decided they planned this, that they wanted to become homeless.
Huh?
Yeah, this is another weird shtick. They decided they were going to live out of their car for a year to save money.
For real?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what they.
Well, if things are tight, then sure, why not? I guess.
Well, and so one of the things that Creepshow Art kept on saying, stop picking on me. I was homeless. I have all these issues. And that was another thing that they kept on, Shannon kept on picking on Emily because of not only of her drug habit, but she had an eating disorder.
Mm-hmm.
And so anything that Emily had, Shannon was saying, I have.
Okay.
And so then she was saying, oh, I'm homeless, and please don't rag on me because
So when it came out that Lolcow was like, this is 100% Shannon, how did she defend herself?
Shannon?
Mm-hmm.
She just, well, like I said, I couldn't find a lot of her
you don't know.
videos.
Because Dan, I know you.
Yeah, when I looked it over, the key thing was she made a community post on her YouTube channel.
Okay,
her
see,
Creepshow.
Because you just gave us a homework assignment, like.
Hey, no, hey, come on.
It's all good.
I'm not playing. This is a tangled mess. This is a tangled mess.
Help me, Dan. Help me, Mr. Wizard.
Yeah,
this
is kind of a deep cut to find anyways. Here is the community post. I guess I'll send it to you, Ethan, if you want to pull it up.
Yeah, put it on, or just throw it up on Discord or something.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, so this is weird. She posted her explanation on her community tab on YouTube, which is like the last place I would want to post something if I wanted anyone to see it.
Right.
Although it does have 9,000 likes, so I guess a lot of people did see it. But the key part is that she said someone was posing as her on certain sites, spoofing her IP, doxing her family members, and writing about herself, sending death threats to other people from her account, making false accounts to spam her comment section, spam her friends with hateful things. So, according to her, over the course of years,
10 years,
the highest level, this incredible hacker who was able to spoof her ID and log into Lolcow and even convince the admins it's her, while simultaneously sending hate and death threats and trying to ruin people. It wasn't me. It was this weird stalker.
She was actually gaslighting.
Oh, is that a gaslighting?
That's what gaslighting is.
I think it's just straight up lying.
Nope. When someone does something to you and you make them think.
I feel like we're all nobody knows what gaslighting.
No, that is gaslighting.
Okay. Weird. She's
a famous movie from the
basically
40s called Gaslight.
It's a very popular term right now.
Well, people are misusing it.
Okay.
Constantly.
And gaslighting is like,
it's when you confuse someone of their objective reality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And she was making it sound like Emily was doing this to her, when reality, it was completely the other way around.
Oh, she was trying to say, well, actually, it's Emily who did it to me. Yeah, that is gaslighting.
Right.
Okay, so basically the admins of Lolcow responded to like, dude, we got your cookies. There's no question about it. Like, stop lying. And that was slam dunk. Creepshow Art is definitely not living in her car.
Yeah.
And not by choice.
Yeah. Yeah. The whole thing is really crazy. I mean, this whole media or medium
of YouTube.
Yeah. It's like it attracts so many
I know it.
It's like a moth to light.
I know it.
I mean, there's
It's
a lot of
because people see it
strange
like-
issues. people have. And
Oh man,
they're
there's
all
so much bad activity on the internet and on YouTube. There's so many bad actors. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. But I do
So
want
is that the whole story?
Yes, but I do want to give a shout out to someone.
Okay. We love mom's shout outs.
I want to shout out to a girl. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Kales Brown. And she's a YouTuber, and she went ahead and she explained the whole drama. If you want to watch her channel, she probably did a much better job than I did.
Yeah.
Hard to believe.
Oh, shush.
Kales Brown. My mom
Kales
loves
Brown. And one thing that touched my heart about this young girl.
Kales Brown or Emily?
No, Kales Brown.
Okay.
She shared something about herself, her life. When she was a young girl, her mom and dad were in a financial situation, not a good one. I guess when there was a whole, what was it? The I don't know. The economy was going crazy, not in a good way, and inflation. And anyways, her family was, you might want to say, couch surfing. For a year. Like she wasn't out on the streets or anything, but she was basically homeless. And as a young child, it left quite an impression on her. And so when Creepshow made a comment and started boo-hooing about the fact that she was homeless when it was by choice, you know, she's saying you can't use this as an excuse, because
she took it personal,
right? Because this was by choice. Where this young girl, she knows what it's like to be homeless, and she never uses it as a weapon. Like, oh, don't listen to me or don't diss me because I was homeless. She picked herself up by her bootstraps, and look at now she's on YouTube, and she was very clever and articulate, and so shout out to Kales Brown.
Kales Brown.
Good for you.
Well, that's it. I mean, that's the Creepshow art. I think you did a pretty good job.
Oh I had the worst migraine. I got to tell you.
I had a hard time unraveling that myself, but I think we did that. I think is how does she rate there of YouTube villains in your mind, Shannon?
That's interesting because I'd have to say that this Anthony Parker is the puppeteer.
You think he's the ultimate villain?
She's bad. She's really bad because if you watch her videos, some of the ways that she talks,
I think this guy should be.
She's just not. She's not good. But you know what? She went right along with them, and so I'd say she's up there. I'd say she might be. I mean, I don't have all the information about other YouTubers, but
right.
We'll
get there.
She's bad. She's bad news.
Okay. Creepshow art. Well, thank you, Mom and Dad, for illuminating us. Creepshow art explained by my parents.
Quick question.